Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of That Woman podcast. I know we only have a few more days left till Christmas. A lot of you are finishing up your shopping this week. Some of you are taking your vacations this week. You probably have a lot going on, so I'll be keeping this episode short, sweet, and to the point. Today, we'll be talking about one change that you can make that will transform your life. It sounds very dramatic, but it's true. Sometimes we think we need to do a whole 360 and change absolutely everything in our lives for it to have an impact. But that's not always the case. And sometimes all you need to start with is one simple change, just one change that will create a ripple effect with everything else. So if you're ready to begin, make sure you are cozy and focused because we're about to get started. Hi, I'm Vanessa Torres, and welcome to my podcast. Over the years, I've navigated through the highs and lows of life, rebuilt my life alongside my husband and 2 daughters when we left beautiful British Columbia and had to start from scratch in search of a better life for our family. I've struggled to find my own identity outside of being a wife and a mother. And like me, there's so many of us that are trying to find our purpose, have a voice, and simply try to be the best versions of ourselves. Join me on this journey to discover and become that woman you can be proud of. We'll peel back the curtains and discuss topics on lifestyle, marriage, motherhood, walking in our faith, and what it takes to reach the other side of fear, and so much more. Think of me as your girl having a glass of wine and deep diving on meaningful, raw, and unscripted conversations. This is the place where you can be fierce, bold, and unapologetic. This is That Woman podcast. Okay, guys, so what is this mysterious change I keep talking about? The change I'm referring to is all about your self-awareness. What is self-awareness? I'm going to break it down. Self-awareness is the conscious knowledge of one's own character, feelings, motives, and desires. It's the ability to recognize and understand your own emotions, your own thoughts, and what you're feeling. I'm going to talk about a few reasons why being more self-aware can create a huge difference, not just in your life, but in the life of those around you. For starters, self-awareness is good for emotional regulation. By becoming more aware of what exactly it is that you're feeling and allowing yourself that time to reflect on those feelings, then you'll be able to effectively manage and respond to the situation at hand. When we allow our emotions to control us, we respond immediately by how we feel rather than by logically thinking of the best way to respond. How many times have we been in situations where we react out of our emotions, and once we've calmed down and allowed time to pass, we think to ourselves, I could have handled that better. That was pretty mean of me to act that way or respond that way. When we are led by the impulse of what we're feeling in the moment, we don't act rationally, and in the long term, not only does it affect others around us, but we end up affecting ourselves. So practicing self-awareness is key for being able to regulate your emotions and create that change that's going to impact your life for the better. Another reason is self-awareness helps you to be more introspective. The word introspective comes from the Latin word introspicere, which means to look inside. A person that's introspective spends a lot of time looking inward and examining their thoughts, their motivations, emotions, and behaviors. This gives you the ability to reflect on how you are impacting and influencing others around you with what you are saying or how you are acting. It's so important to study ourselves. Each of us is a complex human being. No person is built the same way because what makes us unique starts from our childhood. How we grew up, what values and beliefs that our parents instill in us, what traumatic experiences did we go through or witness growing up. The list is endless. In order to be able to begin to understand ourselves better, there are some reflective practices we can do. A daily practice you can have is to really observe your thoughts and feelings when something emotionally affects you and begin to dig deep within yourself. Ask yourself, why did that make me feel this way? Or what was it about what this person did or said that triggered me? You would be surprised that so many times the things that upset us or we think are the reason that upset us have nothing to do with the root cause. Most of the time, something someone says to us is actually a trigger from something that hurt us in the past, but we wouldn't know this unless we took the time to reflect on it. When we are in a high stress situation, our brains are wired to have two responses: fight or flight mode. If we go into fight mode, this is where our adrenaline kicks in and we begin to feel so many emotions and react in the moment as a form of defense. You might begin to feel shaky, you might begin to feel really hot and sweaty, or you may want to feel like crying because maybe you're sad or maybe you're angry. We're just overcome and overwhelmed by all these emotions going on inside of us. And if we go into flight mode, we tend to run away from situations that make us feel uncomfortable, or we immediately shut down. Everyone has the fight or flight response because it's an automatic physiological reaction. However, we can learn how to navigate those emotions by constantly doing reflective practices like journaling, praying, and meditating to help avoid having an explosive reaction, especially if we're under stress. So, one of the best changes you can make for yourself is to really practice self awareness. Becoming more self aware will not only expand your mind, but it will also help you heal. It might take some time to learn to emotionally regulate your thoughts and your feelings, but think about how empowered you will feel to be able to take control of a situation before it gets out of hand. And I don't mean control in a manipulative way, but being more in control of yourself. The next time you're in a situation where someone says something to you and it starts to get very heated, if you have that self-control to remain calm and act rationally rather than impulsively, I guarantee you, you'll scare the crap out of people. You're going to think, why is this person so calm and collected? You're going to Jedi mind trick them. Having healthy self-awareness makes you more wise. It helps you to be able to better communicate, and it'll also help you to make better decisions. Okay, friends, I hope you enjoyed this short and sweet episode. Christmas is just a few days away, so I will be uploading one more episode right before the end of December. So you won't see an episode go up next week, but just before the end of the month. I'll also be taking a little break in the new year to be able to spend time with my family. But I will be back with more episodes that I am very excited to share with you, and maybe an exciting update as well. I hope everyone has a safe Christmas and a wonderful time with your friends and your loved ones. Merry Christmas and happy holidays. And remember to always keep on striving to be that woman you can be proud of. I'll see you in the next episode. We finished already? Where did the time go? If you want more, be sure to follow this podcast so you can receive new episodes right when they're released. I'm curious, what was your biggest takeaway from this episode? What resonated with you the most? I'd love for you to let me know by leaving a review. Reviews let this platform know that amazing listeners like you enjoy the show. You can also come hang out with me on Instagram at Miss Vanessa Torres or at that.womanpodcast. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you next week.